Hi, and welcome to Education Abroad 101 by the Center for Global Engagement here at Minnesota State University, Mankato. This will just be a quick intro into planning your education abroad and away experience. In this quick presentation, we'll cover topics such as common misconceptions, benefits you will gain by taking your education abroad, the various types of programs we have to offer, where and how to start the process, how financial aid works, and some information about our office and advisors. So the Center for Global Engagement is the office on campus that facilitates abroad and away programs through the university. We also advise students on their options, assist them through the applications and scholarships, and also assist with visas and insurance abroad. Our office offers over 60 country destinations and 300 programs to choose from, so there are plenty of options out there for you. You can find our welcoming office tucked away in the lower level of Morris Hall in room 002. You can also use MavConnect to meet with an advisor. Here we also have our phone number and email, along with social media, which is updated regularly, so make sure to follow and subscribe for more information and tips about study abroad. This course is important for you to see all of your possibilities, answer any initial questions you may have, help point you in the right direction, and give you an idea of what the process will look like. When it comes to education abroad, there are a few misconceptions we like to clear up for students. First off, many students have the idea that studying abroad will break the bank, but in reality, we have many affordable programs and potential scholarship opportunities available to the students. We also hear that students worry about staying on track for graduation, which is something we have made a solution for called a pre-approved class planner, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on. It is also common for students to assume they need to know a foreign language, but don't worry, many of our programs offer courses in English. Finally, we hear that students are worried about being away from home for a long time, and this is something that obviously depends on the student, but many students actually wish they could extend their program, or they end up going on another study abroad experience once they return. Our office is always here to help students through their worries regarding education abroad. Now that we've gone over some of the common misconceptions surrounding study abroad, let's dive into the benefits an experience gives you during and after your program. First off, education abroad gives you a unique perspective on global awareness. During your time abroad, you will meet many different people from all different backgrounds and cultures, which will help you develop your intercultural competencies. You will also quickly develop both leadership skills along with growing yourself as a person as you dive into a new world and learn more about yourself and how you can be your best self. As I mentioned before, you will meet so many different people, which will lead you to establish new relationships amongst others, as well as potentially learning your new friends and colleagues' languages, and even the language of the country you chose to live in. Lastly, but certainly not least, you will greatly enhance your professional skills by working with others, interacting with different cultures, and experiencing new work styles. Now that you have a little bit more about the benefits of taking your education abroad, why don't we get into the types of programs that our university has to offer? The first one that I would like to talk about is our faculty-led programs. These programs are generally short-term, lasting between 7 and 10 days, and they're usually associated with a class where during the time the class meets, your content is directly related to an experience or location. With faculty-led programs, your instructor will travel with you during your time away and relate the information back to the class. You can think of it as kind of a longer and more fun version of a middle school field trip. These programs usually take place during one of our breaks from school, so you don't miss any other classes. Next, we have National Student Exchange, or NSE for short. NSE is an organization that helps students and universities within the US, Canada, Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, and Guam facilitate exchanges between their universities. With this program, there are usually two payment options, home pay and host pay. With home pay, you would pay your tuition to MNSU like normal, then go to the host university and pay room and board there. With host pay, you would pay in-state tuition to your host university. Having the ability to use home pay or host pay gives you a lot more options of schools that you can go to through a national student exchange. On this next slide, we have our two popular international programs. On the left, we have our direct exchange programs, which are facilitated with a direct partnership with universities abroad. Like most of the NSE universities, these programs mean students will pay their MNSU tuition, then room and board to their host university. These programs run from summer, semester, and academic year terms. These universities also offer courses taught in English, meaning you do not need to know a foreign language to take advantage of this opportunity. Some examples of exchange partnerships we have are Neoma Business School in France, the University of Seoul in South Korea, and Han University in the Netherlands. On the right-hand side of the screen, we have our program providers. These are third-party providers who facilitate education abroad opportunities. They offer a curated blend of cultural and academic programs, which are typically taught in English as well. When working with program providers, you will also fill out a pre-approved class planner, just like with the rest, to ensure credits transfer back. These programs usually also run during summer, semester, and academic year terms. Now let's move into what your courses will look like while abroad and once you return. When searching for a program that fits your studies, you'll see that there's a wide variety of courses offered between all of your options. Once you figure out which university you want to go to, you'll go through their course offerings and work with your advisor to create a pre-approved class planner. This is a form that you will fill out with the courses you want to take on one side, then you will get the chair of each department of those courses in Mankato to sign off on them and listing the course equivalent that we have here. By completing this form, we will ensure that you know before your experience that your credits will transfer back to MNSU Mankato. When it comes to the language of your course, most universities give the option to enroll in English-taught courses, but they also have foreign language intensive programs where, for instance, if you're in France, you can take 1 or 2 French courses during your semester. Students also have the opportunity to take elective courses offered by the university that can come back to MNSU as general education credits, depending on the course. With all of that information out of the way, let's go through the first steps you will take to start your education abroad experience. First, you will want to either set up an appointment or just drop by our office in the lower level of Morris Hall. If someone is available then, they will help you go through the types of program that would work with your plans, and if not, we will set up an appointment. During this meeting, one of our advisors will go through your general interests, comfort level, being away from home, being away for a long time, and being in a different culture. You can expect this first advising appointment to last around 30 minutes and for our advisor to give you both the resources and advice to start looking through options. After meeting with us, you will want to meet with your academic advisor. In this meeting, you will want to tell them you are interested in study abroad and go through your schedule to see what kind of classes you will need to take and also which term works best for you. After looking through the options you have and narrowing down which program fits your schedule, you will be able to begin the application process. Our office uses the software Teradata, which we will call your study abroad application, to track applications and help students along the way. This is the application for our office to approve you going abroad, then depending on the school or program you choose, you might have to complete an application through their website. Finally, you'll have a meeting with the financial aid office on campus. This will more than likely happen during your application process, and you will talk to them about how you can use your financial aid while abroad. You will talk about scholarships and grant options and make sure your FAFSA is completed for the next year. Before this meeting, you will receive a unique budget sheet for your program outlining costs that you might have. When it comes to financial aid, it is nice that it can potentially be applied directly to your program, but it might be a little different if you choose a summer program. There are also scholarships that can be found within the Scholarship Finder, privately, or by applying for the Gilman Scholarship if you are already eligible for the Pell Grant. Finally, you can save on your own. This can include organizing group or individual fundraisers, asking for cash for birthdays and holidays, or even using a summer job to help save up for your experience. And that's it. That is everything that we will cover today in Education Abroad 101. Remember to stop by our office where we have graduate assistants and student workers here to help you start the process and advisors here Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4:30. Feel free to contact us with any questions you have, and good luck finding your ideal education abroad experience.